Hello, my name is Bart Brecka. I'm one of the instructors at Design Engine in Chicago. This is the second part of the spring exercise where we've modeled a spring, ground the ends, and I've got it flexible. The idea is it's flexible with the relation. And this next task is to drop it inside of a box, which I've built a box. And if you'll notice, I added points to the top of the box just to make it easy for me to assemble this thing. So let's see if I've got to build an assembly. And inside the box assembly, I'll just drop the box. Right hold down, default constraint, middle click, assemble, spring. So I'm going to put the top of the spring. I just right clicked through to grab the box of the spring, and I'll just right hold down. I dislocated my assembly constraint. Let me do that again. Right click through, grab the box, left click, and I'll make it coincident. The second constraint will be the datum corresponds to the other datum as a parallel function. Middle click, and so you'll notice my spring doesn't go all the way down because the spring is not quite 3 inches, and the cavity I've left is 3 inches. So I'm just going to give myself 3 springs. I'm going to click on the spring itself and hit Control C and then Control V, and I can just pick the other constraint and Control V again. He's in cut-based memory. Okay, so there's 3 springs. Now they're all the same part number, so you would expect them not to be that different height. So I'm just going to open up the box and play around with some of the dimensions here. So what I did was I modeled the box so that this dimension was exactly 3. I'm going to go ahead and make it exactly 2. And the others, you'll notice, are arbitrarily dimensioned. I'm dimensioning the space that the cavity is not, the opposite. Okay, so let's now hit Control G in the assembly, and you can see the spring now is just a little bit bigger than it needs to be. So I'm going to right hold down here and edit definition on the spring. I just want to point out that the flexibility option here is grayed out. So if you didn't know anything and above average intelligence, you're just trying to figure it out, it can be a little bit of a challenge figuring it out with PTZ UI. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click on the spring, right hold down, and reach for this make flexible functionality. Now inside of the spring, remember I put the box in the previous video. I'm going to go ahead and click on that box and click on that number and hit the middle button. And notice now I can type in 2.5 here. When I hit the middle button, it changed the spring to 2.5. Now let's activate this cavity and notice that I didn't put it at 2.5. So as this geometry flexes around, I've got to be quite a bit more careful about the numbers that I put in. Now he's in there perfectly. Notice the spring is converted to this icon. I'm going to left click, right hold down. Let's left click, right hold down on the first spring that I did, and notice flexibility is not grayed out anymore. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom 2 springs, but if you remember, I didn't dimension it so that I can choose the value. So I'll go here to make flexible, pick the box itself, right? And do that again. start that user interface again. Right hold down, make flexible. I'm going to grab the bounding box, fetch out that number, middle click. Same thing so far, except by method, I'm going to change that to measuring a distance. So I'm going to use my control, holding my control key down in this user interface. I'm able to pick both top and bottom. Now the sprig just grows to whatever's there. And the cool part about this is if I change this box value, Control G, come back over to my assembly and hit Control G, the spring actually updated. Okay, so I'll just do that one more time and we're done with the video. Make flexible. I need to fetch out the length of the spring. Right hold down, make flexible. Grab the bounding box. Fetch that number, middle click. Okay, and instead of by value, I'll make distance. Take for a moment to look at the other options there. In some of our other exercises, we use the other options. Okay, and my distance is going to be here, and the spring automatically grows. All right, so again, my name is Bart Brecka. Thank you for watching our YouTube video.